Hi, everyone. It's Judy Paul here. So I'm here today to give you guys a quick little update on my transformation efforts. So last Monday, I stopped in to say I started a new program. It's similar to a program I previously used, but it's sort of been revisited by a new person with some new takes on it. And I think probably a little more emphasis on the like emotional well-being aspect of it. Hola, bom dia, Antonio. So I see we have someone here from Brazil, or at least someone speaking Portuguese. That's nice. So back to what I'm doing here. So I like this program. It's called the Forever Diet, and I'm just a week into it. So I like what I've seen in a week so far, and it's really interesting. There's a lot more emphasis on the loving kindness aspect of it, the emotional well-being, not just do this exact way or you're going to burn in hell forever aspect of it that I've experienced in the past. So, like I said when I started this, I was not going to be so transparent as to share my actual weight because no way in hell that's happening. But what I will say is last Monday I weighed X amounts. This Monday I weigh X minus 3.2 pounds. So that's pretty cool. Lost a little bit of weight. Not a bad deal. But even more than that, I realized that I didn't have to be perfect with what I was doing. I could be, close to it, up to 80%-ish close. What I found was my first 2 days when I started the detox, actually. So Monday I was kind of winging it. I wasn't really starting the detox because I didn't have all the stuff I needed. Tuesday and Wednesday. No, I did that wrong. Monday and Tuesday I did the detox. 100%, full on, easy to follow. She gives you like 5 or 6 recipes, and basically during those first 3 days you eat what she tells you to eat. At any time you want. You're not limited on how much food you can eat, and that's always a nice thing. But you're eating these healthy, health promoting foods, and so you're doing that, and that's all well and good. And I did fine the first 2 days, and the third day through I want to say early evening, maybe like 6 p.m. Spot on. Doing it just great, thrilled to be there, doing the things. And then my son came home from school sick that day, and weren't really sure what was happening, but he was just like whipped. I mean, just hit the couch, had a really high fever, crashed, and we didn't know what was going on with him, and I was really worried, and I didn't handle the stress well. So as I sat there watching him sleep on the couch and making sure he was going to keep breathing, because we had a pretty good idea that he was having an allergic reaction to something, which sometimes can result in him not being able to breathe. So I was really nervous about that, and I didn't handle it well. I just did nervous eating, and it wasn't nervous eating of the foods that were on the detox plan. It was like, what kind of junk food can I grab to soothe the stress that I'm feeling? And it was not ideal. So that was Wednesday, and then my son was home all day Thursday, same problem, and same thing Thursday. I was just like, screw healthy eating. I'm going to just, when I eat, I'm just throwing something in my mouth. It doesn't even matter what it is. And so it wasn't really ideal. Friday he was still sick. By then I was like, you got to weigh in to do on Monday, Judy. You need to get your ass in gear. So Friday morning, woke up, had the right attitude, started back on it. It was easy. The foods taste good. It's not like it's hard. I realized that those 2 days, or day and an evening, when I went off track, I wasn't checking in with my accountability partner. I wasn't journaling, because who wants to, journal that they're eating the wrong foods? And, I wasn't kind of checking myself and my moods and how I was feeling. I was just kind of a shit show. So that happens sometimes. I'm owning it. It happened. I wasn't sure that I would end up anywhere different than where I started last week because of that. Because if you've ever, had weight issues or gone up and down with your weight, you could eat like heavily processed, unhealthy crap for a day and a half and have like this tremendous weight spike just from inflammation and fluids. But it still changes the number on the scale, and so it's still relevant. Yes, that happened. But you know what? Got back on it Friday. Friday was great. Saturday was great. No issues. Felt really good. Reached out to my accountability partner again, I think on Friday. And it was, I don't want to say it was nice to know she was struggling too, but I felt a little less alone knowing that I don't have to be perfect. I went back and I reviewed the videos and the first module again because you guys know when I jump into something, I go all in. And that's what I had done on this first training module. I had gone all in and watched all of it the very first day, done the work on the why, written it all down. And I didn't really go back and look at it again. And I needed to. I needed to do that, I think, for my own well-being. So I did go back and do that again. Looked at it on Friday, a few of the videos, did a few on Saturday, more on Sunday, and basically had a really good close to the week. And I felt good and I felt strong. So, pleased to announce, as I said earlier, as of this morning, down 3.2 pounds in the week. So that was pretty nice. More importantly than the scale dropping is I feel comfortable with it. I don't feel like it's hard. I'm not scared about what I got myself into. I don't think that I can't do it. I'm pretty sure that I can. I've done it before, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do this. And I think for me, the big difference here is knowing that I'm not required to be perfect. And that's one of the things that I saw when I was looking over the journal. It's kind of cool. It's a food and mood journal that you get with the program. And so I ordered it in hard copy too. So the hard copy came in the mail. I finally picked it up yesterday and was looking through it. And it has a place for you to do kind of check off some boxes to see if you've met some daily goals. And those daily goals are different. They're not all food-based. There's food-based and there's a nourishment-based box to tick. There's an activity box. But then there are others too that deal with, as I said, the emotional well-being and just the peace and loving kindness that is the underpinning of the program. And as I was going through that, you total up your tick marks at the end of every week to see overall how you've done for the week. And one of the things they were really important, they were really keen to stress was you don't need to be perfect. I mean, it's a guideline. It's going to tell you where you might need to do a little more work, but it's not something that you need to get punished for if you're not perfect. You just know that, okay, so for myself, when I looked at just on the few days I'd done, I might have had the food right and the kindness part right, but maybe I was a little off on the activity. Or maybe there was one day where I could have been a little more on the kindness part. Kind of embarrassed to admit that, but it's true. It's how it goes. So like I said, it's going to be easy to do. I don't need to buy food from them. It's a whole food, plant-based program. So that's sort of, that's in line with my health requirements and ethical requirements. It's a good group of people. Seems to be a really good group of people. It's a pretty active group. Everyone shares not just their successes, but their challenges too. And it's nice because there's encouragement when there's been a slip up. It's not even seen as a slip up. It's not like, oh, you did something wrong. It's like, okay, well, we're all still working towards, what we want to do on this. And so let's look at the situation. Let's look at how it might have been treated differently, or if there's anything you would change about it, how you might want to change it. So, hey Teresa. So I really appreciate that part about the group. You're not hearing, oh, that's okay, everybody messes up, and they're not encouraging you to repeatedly, not do the program. Instead, there's constructive advice offered that's really very helpful and practical. It's not just, well, get it right next time. It's, let's look at, what's going on, and maybe you need a little reinforcement in this area, review this module and that module, and it's really nice. It's been really nice to be in the group. So, hi, Georgianne. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm excited. Week 1, 3.2 pounds. Ate a shit ton of food, you guys. I ate so much food. And mostly it was all, the healthy foods. So my goal is, I think I said last week when I started one of these, that I had my blood work done on Monday. And, I didn't really update from that. I don't have it in front of me. But the numbers were not surprising. My total cholesterol has always been a little too high. It's still a little too high. So I'm working on that. It's weird. I think it's my good cholesterol that's always like super high that causes a problem. Regardless, you don't need your total cholesterol to be too high, right? So because my HDL cholesterol is low, well, it's in the lower part of the average range. My LDL and my VLDL are both higher than they need to be. So it makes the ratio skewed. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe those are the bad cholesterols that's too high, because, it's not like I'm thinking I'm healthy because I have high cholesterol. I do not think that. I know better. I just know that at the end of the first 30 days, I'm going to have that retested, because there's not much that's better for lowering cholesterol and triglycerides than a whole food plant-based diet with no oil added. And that's what I'm doing here. Yes, triglycerides are high as well. Sort of a thing that I had not shared with the group, so if any of them see this might be news to them. My liver enzymes were a little high again. Actually, they were more than a little high. They're still pretty high. And 2 years ago, I was trying to support a friend, bought some supplements that they were selling. They were, it was collagen and then some weight loss supplements. And had been undergoing some test for something completely different, more like, hormones. It required blood work. So before I started those supplements, the doctor had done some blood work. And then about 30 days later, maybe 45 days later, she did more blood work. And from the first test to the second test, the liver enzymes, that reading, I forgot what it's called, just skyrocketed. And scared her. And basically she said, if I didn't know better, I would think you were a raging alcoholic. And, but I have this test from just 45 days ago that says you were in the healthy range, and now all of a sudden you're not. And that doesn't just change in 45 days. What are you doing? Did you go on a bender? It's like, nope, hadn't had a drink that whole month. And the only thing I'd done differently was taken these supplements. So I got the big lecture on don't take supplements that aren't FDA approved. Not that I'm like I don't have a whole lot of trust in the FDA anyway, but at least I know that, that's one step. That's one, what is the word I'm looking for? That's one level of standard that hasn't even been met. So, I was told to immediately stop taking them and not to start taking anything else. So I wasn't really sure what happened after that. Hey, April, thanks for jumping on. I had just stopped taking those and not really messed around with it very much. So this time, they're still slightly elevated, but I guess the damage we've done, we're reversing somewhat, because it is quite a bit lower than it had been. So I've also, in addition to, the whole food plant-based program, I am actually doing some of those liver rescue shakes that are kind of all over the internet right now. It's It's real simple. It's 2 cups of blueberries, 2 bananas. Okay, 2 cups of organic wild blueberries, 2 bananas, 2 tablespoons of pitaya or dragon fruit. I use the powdered pitaya, and half a cup of water. And we're going to cleanse this sucker. I'm going to get this liver healthy because I'm like 51. I still got a lot more life to live. I need to be healthier than, having liver problems. So I'm going to work on that too. But between the healthy eating and this, maybe that will do the trick. So like I said, week 1 down, 3.2 pounds down. I was not even close to perfect, but I also wasn't hungry. I know my day and a half or 1 day and 1 evening when I ate all wrong, it was all stress related. I didn't handle it well. But I'm human and I'm not really going to beat myself up about that. But I do, and I guess the thing that really kicked me back into gear wasn't just thinking, okay, I've got this this weigh-in to do on Monday, but it was also, I've got like another blood test to do in 30 days, and I need to give myself a chance to see if this will work and if this will make the changes that I need to have in my blood work, in my cholesterol levels, triglycerides, and liver. So I'm back. Committing to 7 good days this week. 7 compliant days with the food this week. I may still be working on the other stuff, like the activity. I can't even think about the activity yet. I did some balance exercises yesterday. Those felt good, but I'm still too messed up with this inflammation to do a whole lot more than that. And it's unfortunate, but it's the sad truth, and it's one of the reasons I'm doing this, so I can get better. So that's where I am. Also, I think I'm kind of liking my new shampoo. Thanks for sitting here and, watching my hair dry. If you jumped on, appreciate it. I am going to head out now and got work to start. It's going to be a good day. Hope you guys have a good one. Thanks so much. Bye now.